Today we head to Universal to uncover the park's best new foods. Chicken Alfredo stuffed bread cones, loaded cheeseburger tots, and one of the best sandwiches I have ever eaten in a theme park. Let's go check out all of this new food. We are going to start in Islands of Adventure because honestly, they have some of the food that I'm looking forward to trying the most. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't come to Universal today specifically to try these new bread cones. They looked so good online that ever since I saw them, I knew I had to come try them out. And I know what you're probably thinking. Bread cones. That sounds very similar to a certain snack over in Epic Universe in the Isle of Berk. Of course, the famous mac and cheese cones that you probably love, that I love as well. The cones here certainly look very similar to those Isle of Berk mac and cheese cones. And if they taste anything similar to those mac and cheese cones, we are going to be in for a treat. Here at Pizza Predatoria in the Jurassic Park area, you can find two brand new bread cones. They have a meatball marinara as well as a chicken Alfredo cone, and of course, we're gonna get them both so I could let you know which one is better, or maybe they're both really good and you should try them both. All right, I have picked up both of my bread cones here and they are both looking really tasty. However, I gotta say, that was probably the most inefficient mobile ordering experience I have ever had in a theme park. And I wasn't gonna get the meatball one at first, but then I decided to get both. But the Alfredo one is definitely the one I'm most looking forward to try, so let's start with this one. This chicken Alfredo cone has creamy penne Alfredo with grilled chicken, and it's served in a toasted bread cone for $17.99. $17.99 is definitely expensive. I believe that's the same price that the mac and cheese cones are in the Isle of Berk these days, which is also very expensive. So they're hitting the same price point, I believe, and the bread looks to be the same. It looks like it has like that garlic butter, some Parmesan, and some seasoning on the outside. The only thing it's missing is that everything bagel seasoning, but it looks to be seasoned, toasted, buttered very nicely. Now, I typically don't like the Alfredo that they serve at the quick service restaurants around Universal, but usually that Alfredo is made with like fettuccine. So I was very excited to hear that this was made with penne. So maybe it's a little bit different. And this is definitely loaded. There's a lot of chicken in here. Very saucy. I'm hoping the chicken isn't just at the top, which now digging into it a bit, that might be the case. Yeah, I think that is the case. But there is a bit of chicken at the top. A lot of it, at least. I gotta say, I am very impressed by the flavor here. The flavor of this Alfredo is really good. Now, is it anything gourmet? No. But is it on par with like your Olive Garden Alfredo? Yes, and that definitely hits sometimes. It's nice and creamy, not dry at all, which I was a little bit worried about, like the bread soaking up that sauce and it being a little bit dry. Not the case. There is a lot of chicken on top, but it's not mixed in with the pasta, which they do that in the Isle of Berk too. They just put like the meat, if you get the chicken one or the pork one, they put it on top and they don't mix in the toppings into the mac and cheese. I don't know why they do that. I wish they mixed the chicken throughout so that you could get some chicken in every bite. The chicken isn't weird or anything. It's like nice grilled chicken. The pasta is definitely overcooked, but it's tasty. Like, this is a big hearty meal, which would be a lot in the summer. Like, this might be too much to eat in the summer, a big cone full of penne Alfredo. But the pasta itself and the chicken, yeah, it's good and so much better than the other Alfredos around Universal. Now, we know the inside is good. The next test, how is the cone? Salty, garlicky, toasted well on the outside, but nice and soft and fluffy on the inside. I gotta say, this is absolutely delicious. I love it, and I would 100% recommend this and come get this again. I say this about the mac and cheese cones, but what I love about these is that they're also portable. It's like the perfect velocicoaster's going by. It's like the perfect theme park snack. You could walk around and just dig into this and eat this. So I love this. I hope the meatball one is just as good. Now, our meatball marinara cone claims to have meatballs with pesto, ricotta cheese, marinara, and then it's of course served in a toasted bread cone for, again, $17.99. Right off the bat, I'm not seeing any pesto or any ricotta, which is kind of disappointing because I feel like that's what's gonna make or break this bread cone here. And I gotta say, the outside of this bread cone looks totally different from the chicken Alfredo one. Like, this kind of looks like it has maybe like some red pepper or some, I don't even know. But it looks totally different. Like, it doesn't have that Parmesan coating like the chicken Alfredo one does. But let's dig in here, see how these meatballs are. They're nice and soft. The marinara sauce is like surprisingly pretty tasty. I'm definitely not getting any melty cheese, any ricotta, any type of basil pesto-y flavor, which is, yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. I kind of want to dig through here and take some out and see if maybe the ricotta or the pesto is hiding somewhere. And no, it is not. There is no pesto and no ricotta. So I don't know if they just forgot it in my cone or what, but there's no ricotta or pesto, which would definitely make this, it would take it up a notch for sure. And another thing, like this could use just some mozzarella. So it's like almost like a meatball sub on the go in a cone. There's quite a few meatballs in here. And if it had all that cheese and that meatball sub kind of vibe, it'd be good. But without it, it's just like so many meatballs. So I feel like this could match the Alfredo vibe and put some spaghetti in here. I feel like if we had some spaghetti in here, that'd be good. Or even like combine the two. Put the penne Alfredo and then some meatballs on top, and that would be good as well. But I definitely prefer the filling for the Alfredo to the meatballs. I do have to say, overall, I really like that they're doing something else with the bread cones. I think they're such a great theme park snack. And I hope they continue to innovate and bring new ones to not only Epic Universe, but the other Universal parks. So keep it up with the new, different bread cones. I think they're great. On the way to our next stop, we were passing through Toon Lagoon, and I happened to take a look at the menu at Ale to the Chief, and I noticed a lot of new things on the menu. They have a new walking taco, which sounded really good. They also changed up the elote there a little, and they have these new Captain Crunch donut holes, which is what I decided to pick up. These are cinnamon donut holes with chocolate sauce, cream cheese icing, and Captain Crunch original cereal for $9.99. We do have quite a few little munchkins here. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So definitely a portion that you're able to share, and you are loaded up with toppings here. There's plenty of chocolate, plenty of cream cheese frosting, plenty of Captain Crunch as well. And is this weird? I don't think I've ever had Captain Crunch before. I don't consider myself a big cereal person, so I've never really tried that many cereals. So this might be a first time for me. Captain Crunch. Pretty good, but we gotta try it all together. That's the true test. And look at how loaded this thing is. That's actually really tasty. They're served warm and they're coated in a cinnamon sugar, making them just sweet enough. And then you get all those sauces on top. The chocolate is actually like a better quality chocolate than what Disney uses a lot of the time, and just like your typical Hershey's. I love the cream cheese frosting on there. And I love the crunchy Captain Crunch. I think this is actually a delicious snack. I don't know if Islands of Adventure is really adapting the Epic Universe snacks over here in this park, because we are 2 for 2 with Epic Universe copycat snacks. First we had the mac and cheese copycat, and now we have the donut holes from DeLacy's Cottage. They are very similar to those. Actually, I think these are the exact same donut holes that they serve over in Dark Universe, just with like a twist with different toppings. And I actually think these are better because these have chocolate and the Captain Crunch on them. So Epic Universe food is absolutely fantastic. So if they're gonna bring some of that stuff over here and change up the menus over here in these parks, I am definitely not mad about it. Yeah, this is a great sweet treat. I would definitely get this again. Continuing along in Toon Lagoon, our next stop is Blondie's, where they are serving up a bunch of different sandwiches, but Along with the sandwiches, they have some new additions to the menu in the sandwich area and the mac and cheese area. Now, we actually picked up 2 of the new menu items here, and I am very excited to try them both. We're gonna start with this loaded pulled pork mac and cheese. This has cavatappi pasta with slow smoked pork, white cheddar Gouda cheese sauce, a Parmesan herb crumb, golden barbecue sauce, and scallions for $13.99. I'm assuming by golden barbecue sauce, they mean like a mustard style barbecue sauce, which happens to be my favorite kind of barbecue sauce. So this sounds really good to me. And this was made fresh. They actually like brought it out to my table. I had to wait a little bit for it, which I definitely don't mind. I don't mind waiting if the food is gonna be fresh. Give you a little close-up look there of the mac. It looks like it's dry from the top, but when you kind of dig in and you get into that cheese sauce on the bottom, it's really creamy there. Upon that initial bite, I was loving this because I got that mustard barbecue sauce, which again, I really like. But then once I started getting into this, I realized that mustard barbecue sauce is really the only flavor here. Now, I know they say this is a cheddar Gouda cheese sauce, but really, it has no flavor whatsoever. Like, if you just get the mac and cheese on its own, it's so bland. There's no flavor there at all. The pulled pork is your typical theme park pulled pork, which I'm really just not a fan of. It's just too mushy for me. It doesn't have any true smoky flavors. I like that barbecue sauce, which is why I was so happy at first. The breadcrumbs don't add anything. They're just kind of there. They're not like garlicky and herby like they say they are. And the pasta in mine is super undercooked. And I like an al dente pasta, but this is borderline like inedible, undercooked. So this dish for me is probably a miss. Although I do think they give you a lot of food with this. Like, there's a ton of pork on here. This is a hefty portion for $14. I think you get a lot of food. Now, if you did want to try this mac and cheese on its own, you are able to do that. You could just get like plain mac and cheese. You don't have to get the pork on here. But I personally probably would not be getting this again. It's probably my least favorite thing we've had so far today. We do have one other thing to try from Blondie's though, the Mr. Julius Caesar Dithers chopped Italian sandwich for $13.49. This has pepperoni, salami, soppressata, capicola, provolone cheese, pepperoncinis, tomato, roasted red peppers, red onion, chopped lettuce, pesto vinaigrette, all stuffed inside of crusty bread. It's also served with either coleslaw or potato salad, neither of which I ate, so I just got the potato salad to show you guys. They also had pickles and potato chips in there, but you're unfortunately not able to substitute the side for either of those. But this looks so good, guys. I love an Italian sandwich, and I love an Italian sandwich with roasted red peppers in it. That makes an Italian sandwich for me. And I have never had one of those viral chopped Italian sandwiches. I know they were super popular on TikTok like a couple of years ago. So I'm excited to try this out. It looks so good. Again, we've got a bread cone up here. Like, they are just loving the bread cones these days at Universal. Look at this. How good does this bread cone look? We've got some sesame seeds on it, and that pesto vinaigrette sounds delicious. I am like so excited for this. But man, guys, this is gonna be a messy one to eat. I don't even know how to tackle this. Let's just go for it. This is fantastic. I love everything about it. There's actually not one singular thing that I would change. All of the toppings are perfect. There is the perfect amount of every single topping. The bread, delicious. It has a little bit of like that pesto flavor, that pesto vinaigrette flavor that soaks into it. I love that it's like toasty and crusty on the outside, but then again, soft on the inside so that pesto vinaigrette can really soak into there. Plenty of meat, plenty of cheese, plenty of the veggies in there. This is one of the better things I have eaten at a Universal park, excluding Epic Universe. I love this. And I've been saying for a while, I think I said it in some of my videos, that theme parks need more sandwich options. They have a lot in Disneyland, but here in Orlando, we don't have that many sandwich options. And a lot of times it's so hot in these parks that it's just like, I crave a sandwich because it's nice and refreshing and cool. And this is exactly what I would crave. I love this. This, honestly, this might go down as one of the best things I eat in 2026 already, like in a theme park. This is truly perfect. Not a single thing I would change, like I said. And it's a lot of food. Like, there is so much stuffed in here. It's messy. So make sure you grab plenty of napkins, but seriously, come try this. I love it. Our final stop in Islands of Adventure brings us to Seuss Landing. Here we are stopping at the Green Eggs and Ham Cafe, where they're serving Who Hash, as well as a bunch of different loaded tots. I'm actually a big fan of their loaded tots that they have here. They always have a buffalo chicken flavor, and then they switch up some of their flavors around. They used to have a cheesesteak one that was really good, and now they have a cheeseburger loaded tot that just debuted maybe a couple days ago, a week or so ago, and these look so good, guys. I can't wait to show you. And here we have the cheeseburger tots. These are bacon cheeseburger inspired tater tots topped with a special sauce, cheese, pickles, and red onions for $12.49. All I could smell when I was walking around looking for a table were these cheeseburger tots, and they smell exactly like a McDonald's McDouble, which is a very high compliment. The cheeseburger spring rolls over in Magic Kingdom and the cheeseburger steamed paws in Animal Kingdom taste like a McDouble, and they're so delicious. So I'm hoping these taste kind of similar because they smell and look delicious. They have all the right toppings, the pickles on here. Guys, these look so good. Let's try it out. Whoa. I don't think I was prepared for how flavorful these tots here are. The beef itself is seasoned really well, and it kind of gives off smash patty vibes, which I personally love a smash patty because I love when the beef is smashed thin and it gets those like crispy edges on it. And here we got a little bit of like crispness going on, and it just works so well here. That crispy beef, so nice. The special sauce has a little bit of like a tangy mustard vibe, which I really like. The tater tots themselves are the same tater tots with all the other tots, and they're really good. They have a little bit of like an oniony flavor. Tons of cheese sauce on here. Pickles, the best part. I love the pickles on here. I could even like load it up with even more because I love getting so many pickles in every bite. I wish the onions were like caramelized onions. That's the only thing, because they're just like chopped up red onions. Like, you do get an onion flavor from the tater tots, but if they had some caramelized onions on here, it's already so good. But this would be it would be game over. But these are so good. I know I said that the cheesesteak tater tots were probably my favorite, but we might have a new favorite in town. I really like these. I don't know what I like better, that Italian chopped sandwich or these cheeseburger tots from today. We have like legit 2 new contenders for favorite foods at Islands of Adventure. These are both so good. That sandwich and these tots, yeah. I will definitely be getting them again. You gotta try these. Before we head over to Universal Studios, I wanna tell you guys a funny story. So for some reason at Green Eggs and Ham Cafe, they ran out of plastic forks. I actually ran over to Cinnabon to grab myself one, but instead of just going to get more forks from wherever they store them here in Seuss Landing, they were handing out plastic knives to everyone to eat their loaded tots with. So for the 10 to 15 minutes that I was waiting for my tots, everyone got their tots and said, "Can I have a fork, please?" And instead of just going to get more forks from wherever they store them, they were like, "I'm sorry, we only have knives." And everyone's like, okay. So it was just really funny walking back with my tots and seeing everyone just eating loaded tots with a plastic knife. Well, I've made my way over to Universal Studios and into Diagon Alley to try these brand new ice pops. Here at Eternel's Elixir of Refreshment, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, they have these new house ice pops. So if you're a Ravenclaw, they have a huckleberry and grape ice pop. If you're a Slytherin, that's me, they have a coconut and matcha ice pop. For Gryffindors, peach and strawberry, and for Hufflepuff, pineapple and milk chocolate. Now these sounded really good, especially that pineapple and chocolate one. I was gonna get a couple of them to try, to be honest. And I wasn't even sure where this stand was. Turns out it's just kind of in the center by the stage where they do some of the performances, but I made my way over here. I walked all the way to the back of the park and the stand's closed. It's like 4 o'clock. The park is super busy. It is so busy in Diagon Alley and it's closed. These lollipops, these ice pops just came out a couple days ago and you can't get them anywhere. I asked some team members if they're selling them at any of the other stores since they closed super early and nope, nothing. So to make up for it, I still wanted a sweet treat, so I decided to pick myself up the Butterbeer Ice Lolly from the Hopping Pot. I think that's what it's called, yeah. Because I still haven't tried it. Now this is new as of maybe like a year or so ago, so it's really not that new, but I haven't tried it yet. And I was looking forward to a nice cold sweet treat, and the line at Florine Fortescue's to get some ice cream was really long, so settled on this. This Butterbeer Ice Lolly did cost me just about $10, so that's very expensive for an ice pop. I'm not sure how much those other ice pops, those house ice pops were gonna cost because I wasn't able to get them and they didn't have any prices out there at the stand, but this is certainly an expensive ice pop, but hopefully it's good. Butterbeer ice cream is great. Butterbeer in general is great, so I'm expecting greatness here. This is a little bit different than I was expecting, but different almost in a good way. The white part on the top, which is supposed to be like the butterbeer cream, I guess, is hard. It's kind of like a white chocolate. And then the inside there is like frozen ice. I don't know. I expected the inside to be like a creamier ice cream. I don't know if it's just because it's like super frozen right now that it's more icy than creamy. And it's really salty as well, which I really like. Like, it's not super sweet at all. It's got that great butterscotch flavor. And yeah, the salt really carries it here. This is really tasty. I don't know if it's better than regular butterbeer or butterbeer ice cream, but I'm glad I tried it. It's definitely good. But you guys have to let me know if you've been lucky enough to try those house ice pops, and let me know what the best flavor was. I know next time I come back, if I'm lucky enough to catch that stand open, I'm definitely going for that pineapple chocolate one. And I also might try the matcha coconut one. That one sounds interesting too. Also, shout out to Universal because this butterbeer ice pop is not melting at all. It is frozen solid. They kept those freezers at the correct temperature. We are just striking out left and right here at the end of our Universal day. First with the forks, then with the ice pops, and now with the Wicked stand. I made my way over to the stand that sells the Wicked food towards the front of the park because they have some new-ish food. It debuted a couple of months ago. They have a sandwich on the menu, they have a flatbread, and they also have this strawberry cheesecake waffle. I figured we'd end over there since I wasn't able to get those ice pops, and I asked the team member what his favorite food on the menu was because I was gonna grab it. And he said he actually hasn't tried any, and even if he did, he wasn't able to sell me any of the food because he doesn't have any plates. So, Universal, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like these booths, restaurants need to be properly stocked with utensils, with the proper things to serve the food. I don't know. This is just crazy that this happened to me twice in one day. I don't know what's going on. So I guess our butterbeer ice lolly was our final thing of the day. There is obviously some food I wasn't able to try today, but the food that I was able to try today, I was pretty much impressed by, and I found some new favorite foods in these two parks here. I enjoyed those cones from Pizza Predatoria, especially the chicken Alfredo one. That was my favorite of the two. That chopped Italian sandwich, oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I will definitely that'll be a go-to meal for me over in Islands of Adventure. That was seriously fantastic. And again, it's a lighter, healthier kind of option. It was so good. And those cheeseburger tots. I mean, you can't go wrong with a loaded cheeseburger over crispy tater tots. That's just hard to beat. So yeah, some really amazing new food that I'm really glad I was able to come out to try today. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comments which of the new foods that I tried today that you want to try the most. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone over on Patreon. I appreciate your support. If you enjoy honest food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.